Hello everyone. So welcome to our new video and welcome to our channel Coding Insights by Kiran. So initially we discussed about the RESTful web services, right? So we'll discuss today about the CORD operations. So CORD operations create, right? You know, right? Create, insert, delete, everything, right? CORD operations. Yep. So what are the different methods in the REST endpoint? How we can save the data? How we can retrieve the data? How we can update and delete the data? So these operations we can do. So first, before doing that, so I created this application, right? So and I'll commit this into the Git repository. You can check out this. Okay. So what I'll do, let me create a first one controller called employee controller. I'll create an employee object. Okay, employee controller. Okay, so every controller we can map it as a REST controller. So this is the stereotype annotation. Okay, you can import it. Okay, so what we will do first? Okay, so first we need to save the data instead of pulling the data. So first we need to save some data, right? So then only we can try to pull the data, whether it is a database or some object, right? So for initial, right now we are going with the normal saving into the some Java collection object, and we'll try to pull the data instead of the database. So we'll go through that into the database using the Spring JPA course. Okay, in the Spring JPA tutorials, you can go through that. That is a sequence of continuation of all the videos. Okay, so for this, I need to create a model object, right? So let me go to the model, and I already created an employee model object. See, these are the employee model object. In this model object, I created a employee ID, employee first name, employee last name, employee department. Okay, these are the four things, four variables I created as part of the employee model. Now, what I'll do? Okay, let me create a endpoint. Okay, public employee save employee. Okay, I'll pass employee object as a request body. I'm passing an employee object, complete employee object. Okay, employee array. Come on, employee. Fine. Okay, this is what we are saving the data, right? So we are using the post mapping. So for this, so there are the two type of annotations of the request mapping, right? You know. So if I give the request mapping annotation at the class level, so that will be the root URI of the complete our endpoint. Okay, if I give something like this, okay, let me show you that. If I use request mapping employee, let's say API slash employee. Okay, in this I'll give save. Okay, here we are returning an object, return employee. Okay, so we are returning an object as a return employee. Okay, so for this is the endpoint. So this is the, so the endpoint should be, how the endpoint should be, the port is running on the 8080. So http colon localhost 8080 slash API slash employee slash save, and we can pass this as an employee object. It will return that employee object. Okay, so for this I'm creating a service. Okay, you can do that, but we are following that MVC pattern, right? So first this is the controller array, right? Okay, let me create a one more interface. First I'll create an interface. Wait, first let me create a package. Okay, package name is service. Okay, under this service I'll create a Java class interface employee. Okay, that's it. So employee interface is created. Okay, what we will do here? I created a few declarations here. So what are those declarations? Public employee save employee EMPL. I am very poor at employee data. What it will take? Employee object as data. Okay, so this is what I created a method. So we need to create an implementation for this. Okay, let me create a Java class employee service IMPL. Okay, all right, come on. Whatever. Let me create a new class again. Class Java class employee service IMPL, which implements employee interface. Okay, so definitely it will ask to add the unimplemented methods. Okay, this is what I did. Okay, okay, so we created a service, right? So okay, a little bit confusion about these names. Okay, let me rename this. Okay, in the employee service I can rename the employee and employee model. Both have a little bit confusion while seeing the names. Okay, let me rename that rename file employee service service refactor. Yeah, why it is created again outside? Okay, let me remove this and let me create a new file again. What it contains? Let me copy this, delete interface employee service. Okay, now I'll add the same method. You can import it. This is the model. Okay, now it is fine. So the name should be the naming, whatever the naming standards, it should be the clear while doing the business logic. Okay, in the employee service we'll go and let me import this as well. Com.demo.model. Fine. Okay, I created the one list employee object. I'll add the employee data to this list and I'll return the employee. Okay, so for this I'm doing a little bit validation. Let me remove this and implement not employee service, and it will add the method unimplemented method, add unimplemented method. Yep. So what we'll do here, return employee. Okay, return employee. Before that I'll do a small business logic check. Okay, if employee dot set, sorry, not set, employee dot get employee id not equal to null, or emp dot get employee id is empty, then I'll add, I'll set the employee id emp dot set employee id uid dot random uid dot toString. So I'm adding a one random id toString method. Okay, now else what we will do, return emp list dot add emp. Okay, return what I'll do, return emp. Okay, so I'm adding into the list and I'm adding that into the return employee. Okay, this is fine, right? Okay. Okay, so here we are adding an employee object if it is null. Okay, let me put as a null and is empty, then we'll add and we'll create a one more id. Okay, so in the business layer, in the service layer, we added the business already. We added the business logic already. Now let me go to the employee service here. Okay, we added and we implemented this one. Now let me go to the controller. So in the controller, we created a save employee object. So what we'll do, let me auto void. So we can implement the service, right? Auto void of employee service. Let me create as a simple thing. Okay. Okay. You can put something like EMP employee service. Okay. Meaningful name we can give. So employee service can call it as, now let me go here, employee service dot save employee data. In the save employee data, we can pass the employee object. The save employee data is the service. Okay, internally, if you go here, this is the implementation, what we did. Once we added the employee, okay, we can get the employee data object. Now, let me go to the controller and let me add here. So, what is getting the issue? Okay, it added. So, instead of returning employee, I am returning directly with this one only. It will create internally employee object only. Okay. Now, what I will do, I'll copy, cut, and paste here. Okay. Internally, it will create the employee object only. Now, we will test this in the Postman. Okay. Okay, so let's be testing the Postman. So I opened the Postman. Okay, there is a one collection is called REST services. Okay, let me create one new request. Add new request. Okay, this is the get. We can change it as a post. So HTTP colon localhost um, localhost colon 8080 slash API slash employee.save. Okay, so what we'll do here, we'll go with the body and we can pass as a JSON object. Okay, selected as a raw and selected as a JSON object. Let me copy this. Okay, so what are the fields we need to go? So it's a little bit confusion. The employee ID will be generated automatically. So let me copy the first name, coding insights. I'm giving as a first name as a coding insights. Last name as Kiran. Now, what is the another one? Department is HR department. We can change it as a department is HR or IT department. We can change anything. Okay, let me department as HR department. Okay, now if you try to hit into the database, we'll get the data. See, coding insights, and we get the employee is generating that random UID. If you see here in the employee service IMPL, if the employee ID is null or if employee ID is empty, if anything is there, then we are setting this one. Okay, then add that into the employee list and return that employee. Okay, so this is what the post method. In the next subsequent video, we'll fetch this employee. Okay, with the employee name or employee details, all the employee details. Okay. Okay. Now, in the same controller, this is the post method, right? In the same way, we can call it as a get method to fetch all the details of the employee object. We will see in the next video. Thanks everyone. Please subscribe my channel. Okay, in the previous video, I don't know, there is a video recording problem. I'm not able to open that Postman. It's not covered, so that is the reason I recorded it again with the Postman. How to test that post API, HTTP localhost 8080 API slash employee slash save. So okay, the first name we gave this as a coding insights. Last name is Kiran and department is HR. Okay, if I click on the send, then it will get the request. Okay, see. The employee ID is this is the UID, unique ID generated, and the first name is this one, and the last name is this one, department is this is how we can save the data in the by using the post method. Okay, we'll see in the whatever the we discussed already, right? The get method will how to fetch the data from the database. So here we are not using the database, we are using the list. So how we can fetch the data by using the get method. Okay, get method implementation we'll see in the next video. Thank you.